Welcome to the Reporting Requirements information session provided by the Community Grants at Alberta Arts, Culture and Status of Women. Thank you for joining us today. The purpose of the session is to familiarize the grant recipients with the new reporting requirements for CIP Operating program so that you feel prepared for and comfortable with what is expected from you at the end of the program. In this session, we are going to cover 2 points. First, reporting requirements that remain the same and reporting requirements which are new. And we will discuss why, what, and how. Reporting is due within 6 months since the end of the approved activities. And I would like to remind that program is either 12 months or 24 months long, depending on each organization's project and the signed agreement. Those who have already received the grant before know that there are 2 documents you had to submit. The final report, where the grant recipients have to tell how they benefited from the grant and provide detailed financial information to account for the usage of the grant to show that it has been used efficiently and for purposes it was supposed to be used. And the final report is accompanied by financial report, which is basically a spreadsheet template for entering accounting information for the project. And failure to submit the reports or inappropriate usage of funds may result in organizations' disqualification for any future Alberta government's grants. The forms are available on the Community Grants website at the given link, alberta.ca/CIP-operating-grant. Those who have received this grant for the first time and do not have any reporting experience with CIP Operating grant are encouraged to consult the program guidelines, also available at the given link, as well as other resources on the Community Grants website, such as tutorials and links to related documents. The only technical difference with this requirement is that from now on, starting with the intake of January 2023, all the reporting will be done online through the front office portal. Similarly to how you applied to the program, you will also do the reporting. But instructions on how to apply through front office are on the Community Grants website, along with a 20-minute video tutorial. When it comes closer to the reporting time, you will receive more instructions on how to use front office for reporting, so please stay tuned. And now let us talk what is new in the reporting requirements. And first, why? Why is this new requirement? Because there is a growing need in the government to better understand how well our programs are doing, how well they serve the nonprofit and voluntary sector, as well as the whole community. And for that purpose, we have to collect data on the effectiveness of the program. And the program is as effective as successful are its participants. While the organizations are asked to provide data, they will be used only for the purposes of assessing the CIP operating program's effectiveness, not your individual organization's effectiveness. And to assess the program, we have to look at how well it works for you. Therefore, what we are going to do is to engage all the grant recipients in this process by administering a survey at the end of the program. This is the aspect that is new in the reporting requirements. The major difference between this evaluation survey and the final report that I mentioned earlier is that the final report allows the program staff to assess your compliance with the program's terms and conditions as laid out in the program guidelines and your agreement. In contrast, information that you will provide on the evaluation survey about your performance will not be used to evaluate your organization, but rather to evaluate the success of the program. Therefore, the survey will be anonymous and data will be reported in an aggregated form. To give you an example of how we are going to report the data in the aggregated form, let us look at these examples. First example, as a result of the grant support, 65% of organizations improved their capacity score by 40% on average. And another example, overall, between 2022 and 2024, participating organizations attracted $10,000 in donations, with organizations providing health-related services attracting the largest proportion of this amount. Well, of course, the facts that I just mentioned and the numbers here are hypothetical. Although this survey will be anonymous, we will know who submitted the survey and who did not, without knowing who submitted what. Because on the survey platform that we are using, the list of respondents and the actual data set are located in two separate places. And let us look how we are going to collect the data. To report on certain performance indicators, you may need to collect this information throughout the program. And for you to be prepared, we have sent you a resource document with indicators that you will have to track and report on at the end. So let us look at this resource document closer. So there are three columns. In the first column, there are performance indicators to focus on. And in the second column, there are data that are necessary to measure each indicator. These are the questions you will be asked on the survey. And in the third column, there are notes, some explanations about measures. For example, it's explained why we are asking you to collect and report data for several years. We need data for 2022 as a baseline, so that at the end, we are able to assess the progress and the effect of the grant. So we need baseline data and then endline data. So let's look at some questions that are asked. How many programs or activities did you offer each year? How many individuals did you serve each year? What is your total organizational capacity score? And here I would like to mention that during our live webinar, there was a question about this item, total organizational capacity score. And the question was if these questions about the organizational capacity will be included in the survey. No, they will not be included in the survey because organizational capacity assessment tool is a separate document, it's a separate tool, and you already used that at the beginning when you applied for the program. You already filled it out and submitted the score. So we will use that as a baseline. At the end, when you will enter a front office, you will be able to access the score that you entered at the beginning. So there is no need for you to memorize or write somewhere down what exactly you submitted. This number will be available to you. So other questions. What changes were introduced in the organization as a result of the training? What is the average number of staff members in your organization, like full-time, part-time, each year? What is the average number of volunteers in your organization, full-time or part-time? Has the number of active partnerships, collaborations increased, decreased, or stayed the same as a result of the grant? How many staff, board members, and volunteers left the organization in each year? How much money did you attract as donations in each year? And then at the very end, there is a question which I would like to discuss in a minute. I will return to this question a little bit later. Let us continue with a slide where we looked at how we are going to collect the data. So we just saw the resource document with the questions that you have to track during the program and report at the end. Larger organizations may already be collecting this information using tools at your disposal. For example, staff numbers can be obtained from the payroll. However, if any of you are not collecting any performance data yet and do not have any ways to do that, please contact us. Community grants, and we will see how we can assist you with putting together some simple data collection tool in Excel. To contact us, you can use either the phone 1-800-642-3855 or send us an email at communitygrants@gov.ab.ca. Apart from these questions that you just saw on the resource document, in this evaluation survey, there will also be questions that do not require any preparation. They will ask about your experience using the grant and your perceptions and opinions. For example, how would you rate the interactions with community grants unit staff? Or was it easy to apply for the program? Or what worked well in the program and what could be changed? So all these questions together will be asked in the evaluation survey. And now I would like to return to the last question on the resource document that I referred to a minute ago. This is a question which will not be answered by your organization, but rather by those who receive your services. And the question is, to what extent does the access to this type of service improve your well-being? For this purpose, we have created a one-question survey which can be accessed by scanning the provided QR code. We have included a sheet with this QR code in the package together with the resource document and the notification letter regarding the funds transfer and the due date for final reporting. And here we are asking for your cooperation to administer this survey. Please be creative in finding ways how to engage your clients. For example, you can print out the sheet and display it in a visible place in your facility where clients can see it, scan it, and respond. Or some organizations might have computers and tablets available on their premises that clients can use, or staff members can scan the code on their own phones and ask the clients to touch the right answer and submit. In case it would be more convenient for you to use the direct link to the survey rather than QR code, it is included on this slide. If you would like to receive this link in an email, please contact the community grants and we will send you an email with this link. And it goes without saying that this survey is anonymous as well. We will not know which clients answered the survey and which organizations are serving those clients. During the live session, we had a question from a nonprofit who is providing services to multiple schools and sports organizations and serve thousands of clients every year. They do not have direct access to all the students, parents, coaches, and teachers of these schools and sports organizations. They have access only to the contact person. So in such a case, please send the code or link to the contact person and ask them to administer this survey to the members of their organization, as many as they can, not necessarily all of them, using their own discretion, just using a random sample to those clients who would be willing to respond. And the same applies also to all other settings where nonprofit organizations are serving very many clients. In the conclusion, I would like to emphasize that the information that you will provide is going to be very valuable in assessing the program. Your feedback will help address areas of improvement in the program and make it more relevant to the nonprofit and voluntary sector and the community it serves. And also, I would like to emphasize your submitted information will not be used to judge you, but rather to judge ourselves as program administrators and the program. Your responses will not affect your chances to apply for any government grant in the future, and your opinions will not be held against you because of the simple fact that we will not know who said what. So thank you very much for listening today. And if you have any questions, please reach out to the community grants. Thank you. Goodbye.